right. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, with all due respect to the chairman, if he has an interest in a hearing about false narratives as it relates to the Iran deal, then I've got some suggestions for people that they should swear in. In fact, some members of the committee actually may have some light to shed on this.
Taking him seriously enough, or are you being too dismissive of him?
Well, look, our critics said that Iran would never go along with an agreement. They did. They signed on the dotted line. Our critics said that there would never be a way to verify that Iran would live up to the terms of the agreement. We know they did. International impartial inspectors did exactly that, and they were given the access that they needed to confirm that Iran had lived up to their end of the bargain. And our critics said, and I just recited many of them, that Iran would get, as Steve Scalise, who could also testify, said that Iran would get hundreds of billions of dollars in sanctions relief. That's false. That's not true. Even Iran says that that's not true. In fact, they're saying that they are hoping that they can get access to more money. So, again, I don't know whether our critics were just wildly misinformed, mistaken, or lying, but if Republicans are interested in getting to the bottom of this, then they should just swear in some members of their own conference and figure it out.
Information being presented in his public schedule, he's not being less transparent, you wouldn't say, or he's not?
Mr. Rhodes is somebody who's served this White House and this president with distinction, and that's true when you consider that he led the effort to open up a diplomatic channel with the Cubans to bring about an effort to normalize the relations between our two countries. Mr. Rhodes was at the forefront of our policy effort to transform our diplomatic relationship with Burma and to encourage the democracy that was forming there. And Ben has also played a leading role in trying to establish these programs that are focused on cultivating young leaders in regions across the country and helping them, giving them access to the United States and cementing our relationship with them. So Ben has had a very broad policy portfolio at the White House, and he has carried out his responsibilities honorably and with distinction, and I think everybody here at the White House is quite proud to work with Mr. Rhodes. But no, the cross currents of the presidential election in building bipartisan support for those. As a government, we intend to respect the government institutions and traditions and procedures that the Brazilian government follows for governing that country. That's what we would expect other countries to do when they're observing our legislative process, for example. All too often, the legislative process here in the United States doesn't work nearly as rapidly as we would like. And there may be other countries who get a little frustrated about that kind of inaction. But we assure them that invariably that the president's pretty frustrated by how slow that process works as well. But our expectation is that we're going to follow the rules and laws and institutions of the United States government in handling the affairs of the United States